just 23, Ashanti is a record-setting, Grammy-winning R&B sensation.
I'm seeing my name on the billboard.
She made records and they all just came out, one after the other, like bang, 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 bang.
After co-writing the lyrics to J-Lo's Ain't It Funny, Ashanti became the first artist since the Beatles to sing on 3 top 10 hits simultaneously.
I'm hearing people talk about me on the radio.
I'm so happy, baby. But on her road to success, she endured tremendous personal heartbreak.
I'm a good person. Why is this happening to me? She was very close to giving up on herself.
Then, one wrong turn nearly cost her life.
And it was like, man, I could have died today.
She managed to be soft and sweet while working with the music industry's toughest crowd.
In the studio at any given time, gangsters, thugs.
But Ashanti was determined to be a star.
I'm Ashanti. I'm gonna make it happen. You know what I mean?
She survived setbacks, found her own success, always remained strong. This is Lifetime's intimate portrait of Ashanti. Lifetime's Intimate Portrait, hosted by Meredith Vieira.
Her name is Ashanti. Known as the Princess of Hip Hop, she recently won the Aretha Franklin Lady of Soul Award. And to hear Ashanti's mom tell it, she knew her daughter was destined for greatness from the day she was born. But so do a lot of mothers, right? Well, to achieve that greatness and at such a young age takes a lot more than good genes. It takes hard work, discipline, and determination. But it sure can't hurt to have a mom rooting you on, especially in the rough and tumble world of hip-hop. Ashanti, this is her story, her words.
In 2002, the world got to know Ashanti practically overnight.
Like, boom, her record explodes. I'm doing photo shoots and interviews and television shows and radio shows, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
A string of hit singles made Ashanti's first album the fastest-selling first-week debut of any female artist in history.
See, my days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can't take no more, I keep on running back to you.
She so quickly became a household name, and we didn't understand.
I don't know if she had the time to sit back and go, wow. It just was a whirlwind.
But instant stardom came with a steep price. Many critics felt Ashanti didn't deserve all the accolades and attention because she was so young.
The music industry was up in arms. I think that's, really difficult for her, because to have your community not embrace you and support you is probably very, very difficult for her.
She was hurt primarily because not so much of the criticism, but people don't know me. And how can they say those things?
Ashanti would have to rely on the strength she gained from harsh lessons growing up. Ashanti Shaquoia Douglas was born on October 13, 1980, in Glen Cove, New York, on Long Island's North Shore. She was the older of 2 daughters born to Kincaid and Tina Douglas. They had been excited from the day they knew Ashanti was coming.
We had talk and everything, and she says, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant. I'm like, what? So I was like, are you kidding me? She says, no, I'm having a baby. I said, oh my God. I said, I can't believe this.
Ashanti's mother was convinced that her little girl was destined to be a star.
I dedicated my whole life to her. Like, my thing has always been, she didn't ask to come here. I brought her here, me and my husband. So we have to do the best that we can to make her life as easy as possible.
From the day Ashanti arrived, she was the talk of the neighborhood.
She was so beautiful. I mean, I know everyone goes through this. You go in a store and you see a little baby and you gotta say something. Oh my God, the baby's so cute. That happened to me everywhere I went.
Ashanti's mom was a former dance teacher, and her dad had been a singer. When she was born, they were working long hours at a hospital to pay the bills. Ashanti's babysitters were her extended family, and her favorite was a maternal grandfather, James Davis.
Me and Grandpa.
When you saw Mr. Davis, you saw Ashanti. No matter where they had to go, she was with him.
It was amazing to see this man who I don't think ever changed one of my diapers, changed her diapers, just pick her up with all of her belongings and take her wherever he had to go.
The family was right about Ashanti's talents, and she certainly wasn't shy. In fact, she inherited her parents' love of performing.
She had a little special light, even at a young age. She would start dancing at the drop of a hat.
Mom knew that Ashanti had a gift and enrolled her in dance classes.
She would dance from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then she would stay and watch me teach. And I taught for 4 hours. And then I would take class. So she was in dancing school from 10 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, every Saturday.
I took African, tap, jazz, ballet, modern, hip-hop, everything. You know, so it was like almost a culture in itself.
She was very respectful, good dancer, quiet, and cute as a button.
In addition to dance, Ashanti showed some early athletic ability.
They had their little track and race thing on the block. She was the fastest of all the boys and all the girls. The boys hated her because she was faster than them.
She would go out with these little boys because there was no one else on the block except like 7 boys and her. So she learned everything they did.
At age 6, Ashanti started singing in her church's gospel choir. She also stood out for being a beautiful little girl.
I wanted to put her in different modeling agencies and things of that nature to keep her focused.
As always, Grandpa Jimmy did his part to help.
There were times when I couldn't be there when she had to go and audition. My father took her in. He would sit and wait for hours.
He always had that same thought about her. My granddaughter, she's a star. She's going to be a star.
Ashanti loved performing at home, too. She and her little sister used the living room as their favorite stage.
In my house, it was like a madhouse, I guess you can say. Everybody was always singing, dancing, doing one or the other. Me and my sister were like the little entertainers that branched off from the big ones.
One afternoon, Mom thought 12-year-old Ashanti was listening to the radio instead of doing her chores, and she was furious.
I heard all this music, and I'm like, that girl, she never listens.
She comes stomping down the steps and she's yelling, I thought I told you not to listen to the radio.
Sean, didn't I tell you no music?
And I'm like, Ma, the radio's off. It was just me singing.
Her mother now realized that Ashanti could really sing.
I was like, what? Wait a minute, that was you? Can you do that again? And she was like, yeah. And verbatim, I'll never forget, she sang every note, every word, every emphasis on the vocal arrangement, precisely like the record.
Convinced that her daughter had true talent, Ashanti's mom was determined to share her gift with the world. She began tirelessly making demos, showcasing Ashanti's singing and dancing.
And then I would send them out again, and then I would send them out again. It was, this is what she wants to do, and I'm going to sacrifice everything to do it.
After 2 years of sacrifice, Ashanti's hard work paid off. Executives from Jive Records liked what they saw on Ashanti's demo tape and signed the talented 14-year-old from Glen Cove to a record deal.
I was excited, but I didn't go around showboating. You know, I didn't call all my friends and, you know, let them know or publicly go out and say, I got a record deal. You know, it wasn't like that because, again, you never knew what happened. And I didn't want to look like the idiot at the end of the day. But my town blew it up for me.
We had this, like, big party. Everybody from Jive, the producers, they all came out. We had a really big, like, barbecue congratulating Shawnee.
I did a cartwheel. It was crazy. It was like, it was just amazing. We were so